Prior to doing any interlocking, I have to repair this split in the lock.
Like, well, because I actually just used my hand, and when I was doing it, it felt like I was going through the same hole.
Right.
So I was like, I guess that's how it goes.
Right.
And I just kept doing it until it seemed like it was touching my scalp.
Yeah,
but I knew I did it wrong because I was like, this doesn't seem right.
Yeah, that's the mistake that most people make when they're doing the interlock, is that they just keep going through the same hole. So when people think of interlock, they say, oh, that's a bad technique, you shouldn't do it, it break your hair. That's why, because they probably looked at someone else who did it wrong, or caused breakage, they went through the same hole a lot. So people think that's what interlocking is going through the same hole and doing it incorrectly. But as long as it's done right, it looks just like this one that I showed you in the front, and you can see it's flat.
Oh, okay. So is that why you had your hand like sticking through it to create a new hole? When you first put it in, and then your two fingers were in it, and you were doing this, were you creating a new hole?
Well, I was doing that on your hair because when you have so much new growth, it's just better to do it with your finger instead of use the tool up to a certain point. So I use my finger on your roots because there's so much new growth. And then once I get to maybe like half a centimeter, I'll start using that needle because obviously my finger can't get that tight down in your scalp. And then from there, it'll give it more of a neat look.
Okay, I see. So how do you create a new hole? Because you said not to go through the same hole.
Correct. Oh yeah, so you're basically rotating through different spots. You just, instead of going through this same space over and over, you have to go in different directions. So you go through this spot, now you got to alternate to this, and then you got to alternate to different areas.
That makes sense.
And pull the lock through different spots. Instead of go through this hole, pull it through, then go again, pull it through, then go again and pull it through. That's going to cause that Y that you see right here.
Okay, I see what you mean.
So once you do this once, pull it through, now you go in this direction and pull it through. Then you go in a different direction and pull it through.
Okay.
Then after you've done that so many times, it starts to create kind of like a pattern. That's what makes it an interlock.
Luckily, there were only a few locks that needed repairs as a result of the interlock being done incorrectly. This client has had her extensions in for almost 2 months, and these are lock extensions that we handcrafted. So they are permanent lock extensions, and her roots have grown in very nice and full. I'm applying a moisturizing spray to the roots to allow for a better interlock so that it's not a lot of friction as a result of interlocking on dry hair. As shown, I'm being careful not to interlock through the same space more than one time, as that will reproduce the same situation that was shown earlier in the video with the lock developing a split at the scalp. My client expressed that she wanted an interlock because she was looking for a maintenance that would last a little bit longer than a regular retwist. After evaluating her roots and considering the texture of her hair, we were able to do this interlock. Interlocking for my client is not recommended more than once every 2 months. In this time frame, it allows for enough new growth so that damage does not happen as a result of interlocking too frequently. Now that my client has her fresh interlock, she's very pleased and can expect this interlock to last at least 4 to 6 weeks.